Morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I apologize for not getting the video out yesterday. Had a lot going on, had a lot of issues, a lot of technological issues that kind of flowed over. It's still going on today. Just trying to get things figured out and situated and whatnot. Anyway, a couple things to cover. I got so the first thing I saw this morning when I got up is St. Louis couple charged for pulling guns at protest. Okay. Well, it wasn't really. It's from the Associated Press. It wasn't really at a protest. You know, these people, they were in a gated community. It was private property. They were trespassing. Okay. So the St. Louis prosecutor, all right, Kim Gardner, who's a Democrat, okay, has now been charged with a felony. Okay. They've been charged with felony unlawful use of a weapon for displaying guns during a racial injustice protest outside their mansion. Okay. Now, there's a lot going on here. Okay, Missouri has the Castle Doctrine, right, which gives you the right to protect your property. And this article is so misleading. It just highlights the issues that with journalism today. Okay, because apparently these protesters were on their way to the mayor's house or whoever, governor's house. I'm not sure who it was, but that's irrelevant. Okay, they were trespassing on private property. Okay, protesting doesn't give you the right to trespass on private property. Right? You don't just get a free pass because you're protesting. Okay. Unfortunately, in this case, it seems like they have, because I have not seen anything in regards to the protesters being charged with for trespassing. They're just going after the homeowners who were defending their property, legally defending their property. So the McCloskeys, they're both personal injury lawyers. They've been arrested and charged with felony unlawful use of a weapon. She said that it's illegal to wave weapons in a threatening manner. It's unlawful in the city of St. Louis. Let's see. She's recommending a diversion program for this community service rather than jail time. If they are convicted, Class E felony can result in 4 years in prison. The Missouri governor has already come out and said that he would pardon them. Trump said he would intervene. I mean, this is insane. It's absolutely insane. They had every right to do what they did. Okay, and this Democrat Gardner, she's blowing taxpayer money on a political stunt, is what it is. And the charges should be dropped. She should be removed from her office, and I think she should personally have to cover any costs that have been have associated with this. You know, if she's got a vendetta here, she shouldn't be able to use the taxpayer money to financially support her vendetta. That's not right. So it says here, McCloskey's living on a private street called Portland Place. A lot of commotion. I saw a large group of people breaking out a gate marked with no trespassing and private street signs. Protest leader Reverend Gerald Gray said the gate was open and protesters didn't damage it. Now, there's a YouTube video because everybody's like, oh, they didn't break the gate. You know, they posted a YouTube video of them going in the gate. Well, at some point, the gate gets broken because the gate was broken. So, I don't know. It might not have happened by the first people through the gate, because the guy with the camera that you see on the YouTube video that everybody's sharing, They're like right at the front of the crowd, and they go through the gate. But at some point, the gate gets broken. Okay, and regardless of that, it doesn't matter if they walk through the gate or not. Okay, you're still trespassing on private freaking property. Okay, Portland Place. Okay, is a private street. It's owned by the homeowners that own that street. The homeowners that are there. Okay, each homeowner owns part of the street. It's private property. So I don't understand. Um, I don't understand how this is. I don't know. It seems like this prosecutor's got an axe to grind. I don't know. It's insane. So there's a couple different articles about it. That I have. The so and I like this line, but St. Louis top prosecutor said their actions had risked creating violence at an otherwise peaceful protest. Okay, well, them trespassing on private property risk creating violence. I mean, what do you know? I don't understand. It does not make any sense. So the Missouri Attorney General accused Kim Gardner of political prosecution of McCloskey's has filed for a dismissal of charges. So St. Louis prosecutor Kim Gardner is engaged in a political prosecution. I entered the case seeking a dismissal. As a GI, I have a duty to protect the fundamental rights of all Missourians, including the right to keep and bear arms in self-defense of one's person and home. Yeah, I mean, I don't see where this is going to go. I mean, there are multiple laws that allow them to do what they did. I don't know. I don't know. Another article here about the AG moving to dismiss the charges. The right to use firearms to defend one's person, family, home, and property has deep roots in Missouri law. I mean, what makes you think that, and what kind of person are you? It does surprise me that it's a Democrat, that you don't care what the law says. You're going to do what you want. How is that okay? So, all right. So anyway, let's move on to some other things. So I don't know if any of you heard about this. So let's go to this one. So federal judge's son killed, husband shot by gunman at their New Jersey home. All right. U.S. District Judge Esther Salas. So her son was killed and her husband was wounded. All right. The gunman opened fire at their home in Middlesex County Sunday evening, setting off a massive investigation involving multiple state and federal law enforcement agencies. All right. Mark Anderl, well-known criminal defense attorney and the husband of U.S. District Judge Esther Salas, and their son, was shot about 5 p.m. at their home in North Brunswick. Salas, sources say, was in the basement of the home at the time, was not injured. The gunman may have been dressed as a FedEx delivery man. Told the association the couple's son was killed and her husband was wounded. Let's see. Critical condition, underwent surgery, is now in a stable condition. Confirmed the couple's son had died. FBI was searching for one suspect, asked the public for help. So, handle cases involving members of the Grape Street Crips, connection with long-running drug trafficking network, taken down by the FBI in 2015. It's also a judge who sent Real Housewives stars Joe and Teresa Goodis to prison. Um, let's see. Solano's person was a judge. So it's kind of crazy because I heard that she had been she had something to do with the Epstein case as well. And that's what this article goes here. So she's in 24-hour protection now. So they found the guy that Sunday, last week, was appointed to hear an ongoing lawsuit with ties to Jeffrey Epstein. All right, son was killed. So the suspect, Roy Den Hollander, okay, he was found dead. What appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Hollander, self-described anti-feminist attorney, previously represented a usually woman who was suing the Selective Service System so she could register for the male-only draft. She agreed to hear the case, but in 2019, judge dismissed part of the lawsuit, while another part was still pending. I don't know. This is going to come out. This is going to, I'm sure, evolve. But it's just weird. It is just very, very weird. Let's see. Screen. Came days after the federal judge signed a case linked to pedophile financier Jeffrey Epstein. That is definitely weird. So this is something that's gonna, more information will come out. I'm sure, wouldn't surprise me if this guy, Roy Den Hollander, somehow connected to the Epsteins. It's just way too fishy. Way too fishy. So, all right, moving on from that. Let's see. What else do I got here? Oh, yeah. New York City violence. Okay, I saw this. I wanted to post this. So you got, AOC and down in the city, like, oh, it's, the crime rates, because of unemployment and the coronavirus, and, they're worried about having to make rent payments and, all this other BS. So I just want to show you this picture. This guy's crossing the street with his daughter, and you see her there. The car pulls up and shoots him and then drives off. Of course, these stupid advertisements. So 3 men are arrested for the murder of father, 29, killed in Bronx drive-by shooting while crossing with his 7-year-old daughter. Arrested Devon Delks, Laquan Hayward, and Devin Vines. He's fairly shot in the chest while crossing the street. She escaped unharmed. Among a dozen suspected members of Bloods gang offshoot, Sev O were indicted in 2016 for shooting and robberies. Those punks. Look at those punks. Here they in the street. Dad of 3, started around first. I don't. I sincerely hope that they rot in jail. I don't know. All right, and anyway, last but not least, good old King Cuomo. All right, hospitalization's down. Cuomo won't quarantine after his Georgia trip. All right, so Cuomo's got all these lists of states that if you go to this state, you got to quarantine for 2 weeks when you come back. Okay. And then they put in, I don't know, I think it's like 14 states or something like that. And all these people are like, oh, that's awesome, it's so great, blah, blah, blah. Now, if that's something that Trump did, people would be outraged. They'd be racist. But the almighty King Cuomo did it. So they're in love with the idea. Anyway, so Georgia's on the list. So he's going to go down to Georgia for some roundtable coronavirus thing yesterday. I don't know why he couldn't do it in a Zoom meeting. I don't know why he had to travel. You would think that, right now with the coronavirus, oh, it's so bad. They make it sound so, so bad. So, spoke from the airport, flying to Savannah, Georgia. Said he talked with local officials there about building systems to test for the virus and trace contacts of infected individuals. The state is sending protective equipment to the city, which is located about 250 miles southeast of Atlanta. Cuomo's made several announcements lately about help New York is providing to other states and cities hard hit by the pandemic. When asked, Cuomo said he won't quarantine for 14 days once he returns to New York. Georgia is on New York's quarantine list. Well, Cuomo said he's exempt as an essential worker. The quarantine policy also includes an exemption if a traveler is in the state on the quarantine list for less than 24 hours. Cuomo aide Melissa DeRosa said Cuomo will return to New York later today. So let's think about that logic for a minute, okay? So, according to Cuomo, all right, the coronavirus doesn't care if you're an essential worker, okay? And the coronavirus also doesn't care if you're in a coronavirus hot area for less than 24 hours. That does not make any sense at all. And that's part of the problem in all this coronavirus bullcrap, is all of the inconsistencies, all of the things that don't make sense, okay? Like, you got a problem with, people have problem with restaurants being open, okay, and outside dining, all right? You got a problem with that, but you don't have a problem with all the protests going on, all the protesters, okay? So it's like you're saying that the coronavirus is just going to, give you a free pass because you're protesting. It knows that you're protesting, so it's not going to infect you, okay? Do you realize how stupid that is? It doesn't make any sense on any level. It's one of those things that only makes sense to Democrats. That's it. Only makes sense to Democrats. But anyway, that's all I have for now. Have a good day. Stay safe, be well, and I will talk to you soon.